of the City of Douglasville Parks and Recreation Department, it is my honor to welcome you to the groundbreaking ceremony for Jessie Davis Park. It is truly a great day to be in the City of Douglasville. My name is Chris Bass, and I am the Director of Parks and Recreation, and I'm delighted to welcome you, our distinguished guests and elected officials, to this celebratory event of breaking ground on what will be a place for all citizens to enjoy, participate in fun, safe, and equitable recreation opportunities. Today, thanks to a resilient community and committed leaders, many of whom you will hear from today, Jessie Davis Park will be transformed into a world-class oasis for visitors of all ages and abilities to gather, connect, and enjoy quality leisure services. This project is the third and final phase of park renovations that started with Mill Village Park, which reopened last year in 2021, Willing Workers Community Club Park, which opened this year in April. And we are excited about the future as we complete this project in terms of what we'll be moving forward with over the next few years. At this time, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Mayor Rochelle Robinson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bass. I apologize for getting up. I don't have my EpiPen that's in my car, and I'm allergic to bees, so I can't mess around with those bees. But good morning. It's such a blessing to be here today. My name is Rochelle Robinson. I'm mayor of the city of Douglasville, and I'm elated to have this opportunity to come before you to talk about the renovations of Jessie Davis Park. This is such an icon in this community. We're so happy for our developers who's here, our GMC, and the citizens, of course, and the elected officials. So having said that, I'd like to recognize the elected officials that are here from the Douglasville City Council. We have the Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller, Council Member Howard Estes from Tributary. Mayor Pro Tem is in the Arbor Station area. Council Member Nicole Miller, who shares downtown. The other council member, not the other, in addition to Nicole Miller, Council Member Mark Adams, who represents downtown. You all know, we're gonna get ready. It's like this. Bring them up. Council Member Dr. LaShawn Burdanley, please stand, who represents this area, the Ward 3, New Horizons. And whoa, the man of the hour, woo, 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 please stand, Council Member Samuel Davis. This park is named for his father, and that is such a blessing and such a legacy. This project that the citizens wanted to see come forward, and I asked to introduce all the city council members because we went to every ward and talked to the citizens in Douglasville, and they all decided to tax themselves $25 million in an obligation bond to redevelop this general obligation bond to redevelop this park. That is saying something, that people in the city trust the elected officials and really want to see this area and this park come to what it really should be, a shining diamond in this area. And so in the city of Douglasville. So that's a blessing that Jessie Davis Park, all the citizens, all the council members, we went to every ward and council members showed up at every ward and talked to the citizens and said, I know you live over here in Riverside Parkway and you sometimes feel like, I like red hair, Nicole, like the red hair stepchild, but people in downtown and the Tributary, in Arbor Station and Chapel Hills, all over the city said, we want renovations in Jessie Davis Park. So that's a blessing, $25 million. I look forward to seeing how we're gonna transform Jessie Davis Park with the upgrades to the swimming pool, to the gym, to the walking trails, playgrounds, expanded parking, and so many, many more upgrades to Jessie Davis Park. It's such a vital part of this community that we've been able to enjoy for many years. It's the home of the award-winning, I don't know how many rings they've won, Super Bowls, but the Douglasville Tiger Cubs. Let's give them a hand, the Tiger Cubs. Yes. This park is also a huge gateway entry point as people are driving into the city on the new Highway 92, which we already had a ribbon cutting that is being renovated, Highway 92, with that underpass, $85 million with U.S. Congressman David Scott. We did that earlier this week. I can't wait to be back here doing a ribbon cutting and seeing all the new changes and all the wonderful things that we're going to do in the park. So again, thanks to the Parks Department, Mr. Bass. Parks Department people, just like, I see Mr. Thomas. Put your hand up so we can see all the parks people, especially Mr. Thomas. Thank you all for all you do. GMC, Andy over there, they're providing water. Hey, Andy, our developers. So good, thank you. And all our city staff for all the hard work that you've done. Our city manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton, raise your hand. And all the city staff, raise your hand so people can see the City of Douglasville team. Team Supreme, Team Douglasville. I do have a proclamation that I'd like to present. And after that, we'll have Dr. LaShawn Burdanley come. And then in between you and Councilmember Dr. Burdanley and Councilmember Davis, I have something to give to, well, I'll wait till after you talk, Councilman Davis, for the Davis family. So at this time, I'll read the proclamation, and then we'll have Dr. LaShawn Burdanley come, and then we have another treat after that. So I'll read the proclamation, then I'm going to give it to you when I have something else going on, okay? All right. Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. This proclamation says, Office of the Mayor, proclamation in honor of Mr. Jesse G. Davis. Whereas Mr. Jesse G. Davis was a native of Douglasville and unselfishly dedicated much time, spirit, and resources to the improvement of recreation opportunities for the youth of the city of Douglasville, resulting in Centennial Park being renamed in his honor as Jesse Davis Park. And whereas Mr. Davis began the city's first organized recreation program for African Americans in 1969 by bringing the Winston Pro baseball team to Douglasville, renaming them to the Douglasville Pros and becoming their manager. And whereas Mr. Davis worked and provided for his family for many years as a mechanic at Greystone Power Company. And whereas Mr. Davis was blessed with a large, I know that's right, you can't go anywhere in Atlanta without seeing the Davis, and they come from Douglasville. Whereas Mr. Davis was blessed with a large and loving family, including his children, Samuel Davis, Betty Davis Johnson, Geraldine Davis Reed, Mary Davis Green, Gracie Davis, Jessie Davis, Willie Davis, and Noel Davis, and his two living siblings, Bessie Davis Randall and Josephine Davis Allen. I need them to stand up. You go to church, you're going to see flowers. Come on, Jessie Davis' sister. Look at them, they're so pretty. Oh, my goodness. Yes, yes. So we'll have the family come forward. You don't have to stand right now. We're going to wear you out. We'll have you come in a few minutes. Now, therefore, I, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the City of Douglasville, and on behalf of Mr. Davis's son, Councilmember Samuel Davis, and the entire Douglasville City Council, citizens of the city do hereby and recognize the accomplishments of Mr. Jesse G. Davis and honor him as we set forth the groundbreaking for renovations in the park that was named for him, Mr. Jesse G. Davis, so proclaimed this 19th day of August 2022. And this proclamation will go to the family, and after Councilmember Davis speaks, we'll have another presentation. So at this time, please recognize and give a hand as she comes forward, beautiful Councilmember Dr. LaShawn Burdanley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, to our Honorable Mayor and my colleagues on the left and right side of me, to our staff, GMC, to our awesome city manager and assistant city manager. Thank you so much for, this is such a wonderful time. This is really great for Ward 3, the New Horizons group, where our children and families can walk and play, and the swimming pool is just going to put the icing on the cake. The residents actually stood very strong to make sure that we kept the swimming pool, and I have to say our colleagues, my colleagues and I, we do listen to the residents. And to the Davis family, congratulations on such a wonderful event today. Thank you.
All right, the man of the hour. No, come on. But I want you to recognize Councilmember Samuel Davis. His father set grounds where we're standing and became an icon and a trailblazer, and the same thing for his son. We appreciate you, Councilman Davis. We thank you so much for bringing entertainment into the city with Wednesday Wind Down Wednesdays, bringing acts and helping us to enjoy life. So it's nice to do the great things in the city, and we have to do that, but it's a blessing, too, to have joy, and you bring the joy and laughter into the council. You're serious, but you help us to smile sometimes, too, so thank you so much, Councilman Davis. Please welcome Councilmember Samuel Davis.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and I'd like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. This is a historical moment. You know, a grown man will cry. But you know, Mark Adams and I, and we looking through the book, and he said, "Is that your daddy?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Was that your mother-in-law?" My mother. His mother worked together for years at Greystone Power. And will the Winston Pros team please stand up? All the pros guys that play baseball. And we had our captain, his name was Ernest Calloway. Stand up, Ernest Calloway. And one thing I'm gonna ask you about Jessie Davis. Can you tell us what you see him do every time you come down here?
Jessie had an old kind of truck. Tie a bed spring on the back of the truck.
He would tie what?
A bed spring, old bed spring, and drag the field down for the pros to play ball.
You talking about Mr. S. He said a bed spring?
Yes, they didn't have box springs then. They had bed springs.
Well, you know what? I'm so glad I was too young to know about this.
Well, wasn't very much more to do to come down and watch him do it and have no place else to go.
That's right. Thank you, Ernest. Been around here all his life. Thank you, Ernest. And some of the magical moments that I remember of Jessie Davis, I never forget, and I'm telling the truth, and I'm not telling the story, Mr. Councilman Adams. It was a 3-2 pitch. Coach Roy, 3-2 pitch. The man, Alton Caldwell, was on third base, Norman Welch on second, and Carl Welch, with the family team, was on first. And I was up the bat, and Leon McClarty stand. And Leon said, "Go up there and do your best." And I tell you, I got up there, Leon said, "You can do it." 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, I hit a grand slam. Over left field. You remember that, Leon? I didn't never get a chance to play much because I wasn't that good. But that day, he called me off the bench. Mr. SD, and that's the godson. Apparella, I hit a grand slam over left field. And when I got home, Leon picked me up and carried me to the dugout, and that was it. But, you know, laughter and fun is good. And I really appreciate everyone. We're going to have a good time. We're feeding everybody today, so please don't leave. We can't give a shovel out to everybody, but you go by Ace Hardware and tell them that Mark Adams said, "Come get a shovel." That's my friend. We grew up here together, and we talked about Tiger Den, and we go way back. And Mark and all of them, we have fun on our council. And it's okay to disagree, but you know, at the end of the day, we still laugh and carry on. And you know, from the amphitheater, you all built this amphitheater that we haven't built next year. So you all went out and y'all, boom, hit the voters, and the voters came out for the renovation of Jessie Davis. We really appreciate you all and the voters. This will be you all location. Come anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Councilman Davis, please come back. And I would ask that the entire Davis family would come in the front, if you don't mind. If you all can make it to the front. I'm sorry to have you walking. And Councilman, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm going to give you the proclamation, and then this is the key to the city, and you give it to who, the matriarch or the patriarch. I don't want to, because I don't want somebody to get me. You know who to give it to. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, she said. I ain't messing around with you. Yes, ma'am. You the matriarch? Okay, well, okay. I'm not going to get in trouble.
No, I'm the matriarch of all my brothers and sisters.
Yes, ma'am. And you can say whatever if you want to have something to say when we finish. Yes, ma'am. So pretty. Okay, this is the key to the city. It's presented to the Davis family for continuing the work and the legacy of Mr. Jesse Davis in the city of Douglasville and all the wonderful things that you all do and what you stand for. This is family right here. This is what this community is built on, families. And we want to continue to serve the families. And if someone wants to look at a successful family, a family that's doing things that love each other, oh, this not on the key, this was me talking, that loves each other and supports the community and continues to give back in public service. This one right here continues to give back. So we give you the key to the city presented to the Davis family for continuing the work and legacy of Mr. Jesse Davis in the city of Douglasville by Mayor Rochelle Robinson. Matriarch, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll let you say what you want to say.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just want to say just a few words. This is a great day. It's a great day to see what the city of Douglasville is doing for my father, who passed years ago. Mr. Davis worked hard down here. He would come in from work and get that old black truck and come down here and work and prepare for Sunday. His wife was right with him. And I thank God for you all today, what you are doing for Jesse Davis Park. I brought an old program that I had back when they dedicated this park in 1986. I found it, and I brought it. I'm just grateful, and I'm 80 years old, and you know I'm the matriarch. But I thank God for my brother Sam, what he's doing, and I thank God that I was able to see this, and I pray that I'll be here to see the finish of this park. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, his only sister. Oh, okay.
My oldest auntie, Jessie Davis' sister, Bessie Randall. She's something else, y'all.
So she's older than 80.
She's older than 80. How old are you, Bessie? 92.
92. Miss Bessie, how she get to be the matriarch and you older than her? But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna stay out of everybody's business. Here you go. You want to talk? You want to say?
You want to say a few words?
Yes, Jesse was my brother, and I tell you, I'm the oldest one. I'm left here. Yeah, out of 10, I'm the oldest one left here. And my daughter right there, she keep up with my age, but it don't keep me from the young men though. Oh! So I'm just happy to be able to come out and see all my nieces and nephew and all of them and all of you all. I love you. I appreciate it. And I let you know that anytime you want a 93-year-old woman to dance, just call on me.
Before we get through, I like to, this is my oldest brother. He's next in line of the boys. And he played with the pros, and I just want to see if he wants to say a word.
Okay, my name was Jesse Davis Jr. I'm older than Sam. I was Sam's oldest brother. So I've been there with my daddy all the way from the beginning. I probably knows more about anything. But I want to give a thanks to the park director here in Douglasville named Mr. Bill Fight, who pushed for this park to be named after him. he used to schedule games with Mr. Fight's team and his team, which one was black, one was white, because he figured they played in the major leagues together. Why can't we be playing here together? So after his passing, it was Bill Fight and Harry Chandler that pushed for this park to be named after him. And he once told my mama, he said, Beulah, which is my mama's name, why can't we have somewhere place over here where they could play ball? So it come down to let the work that you have done here on earth speak for itself. And now we've got this now.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir, you can, Councilman Davis. You say what you want to say.
I want to say one more thing. In the barbershop, I tell this, and them young men, they don't believe me. We was locked up in the federal pen in Atlanta, Georgia, the Winston Pros. Stand up, all the pros again. Everybody that played ball.
He said explain that.
Explain that. We all, Harry Caldwell, come around, Harry, your family. We all was locked up in the federal pen out there on, I think that's Confederate Avenue. That's how we locked up. When the ball team went in, them doors shut. Boom, boom, boom. They marched us all the way down to the field, and I was young, marched us all the way to the field. Some of them guys in prison gave us some, did he give you a ball glove? Leon, or did you steal that? But anyway, they locked us up, and when they had a wall, almost reached the sky in the outfield, and I think Broughton and Leon hit one off the top of the wall, and them guys could play. Broughton, you remember that? So we all had fun. Mr. Jessie, I don't know how he had it done, but we played with the prisoners, and it was good. I think we beat them, and they beat us, because they had professional people in there.
He was saying you better.
Okay, tomorrow is Davis reunion. Everybody can't come because we can't feed everybody, but y'all can come out there. It's at Hunter Park. Come out there and enjoy yourself, meet some of the siblings, because my granddaddy his daddy had what, 15 kids? 15? 15. Now, my great-granddaddy, he had 15 kids.
No, the granddaddy had 10, the great-granddaddy had 15.
Well, tell them. Marquise Grissom come out of our family, and Detroit Tigers, Gate Brown was my grandmama's nephew. That's right. Gates Brown that coached Detroit Tigers. Is Terry Hopper here today? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman Davis. Let's give them a hand for this legacy. And what I think is beautiful as we close out this portion, and we're going to have remarks by Goodwin Mills and Cowwood, is that this family, your father, I didn't meet your father, but I met your mother. Beautiful woman. I went to her homegoing service, and it was absolutely wonderful. What's so beautiful is that you call your father Mr. Jessie. Everyone calls him Mr. Jessie. That's right. It reminds me of my grandfather. So we do that in the community when someone is owed respect. We don't call them by their first names. You know, we had to get on to some young kids when they walk up to the door and when they were little and start saying, Rochelle. I said, excuse me, put a handle on that. We didn't do that in our community. But what's so beautiful was not only do you expect the outside to do that you honor your father in that respect. And the other thing with the Davis children, y'all don't have no contacts. These blue eyes, blue and green and some color eyes. So you know the Davis family when you see the children. But thank you so much for being here and honoring your father and continuing to show support to the community.
And all 8 of us are still living.
All 8 still living. Amen. Well, here is the key. I'm going to leave it. I don't know who's going to get I'm not getting in trouble with the sisters. But okay, good. Well, then all right, Miss Shumba. She can't have it? Okay. Thank you so much, Davis family. Let's give them a hand, and thank you so much, Mr. Jessie. Such a blessing. Yes, sir. Now we're going to have remarks. I don't know if Andy's coming thank you so much, Scott, from Goodwin Mills and Godwin.
I could always take a sidekick, though, Andy. Always. Well, my name is Amy Bell on behalf of Goodwin Mills and Kaywood, and we are honored. I come to you with a heart of gratitude for embracing our teams and making us a part of your community. I can think back of all the community engagement meetings that we had, mayor, council, citizens. And so what you are going to see, some of the renderings, and I'll go through a quick little version and tell you what all to expect if you didn't attend any of the meetings. But our design includes 4 enclosed buildings, which are a gym, senior center, community center, and a pool building. A pool building, that's pretty big. That came up a lot in our meetings, by the way. New playground, new shade pavilions, in addition to this lovely one that we're in here. We're going to put synthetic turf on the field that's up here, the existing field. We have a 1/3 of a mile loop of walking trails that's going to be added to this park. We're going to have also an outdoor amphitheater that we're going to take advantage of some of the land transition up on the hill here. And then we have additional parking that's going to accommodate the park as well. So your existing parking count is 200, and we have an additional 260 that's coming. So family reunions, bring it. I heard it. We're all invited. But I just want to take just 1 second and recognize my team that's here today, too. So I have Tony over here taking pictures. I have both Marks. Y'all raise your hands, please. Miss Madeline, who is a local from Douglasville, so honored to have her working on her hometown project. Miss Katie, who is our horizontal designer in terms of all things civil and site. And then Mr. Pippin, wonderful sidekick here. And then Mark and Tony, you're going to see doing a little bit of CA on the construction. So if you have all tough questions during construction, this gentleman and that gentleman right over there. Why are they not raising their hands now? But again, it's very much of an honor for us to be here and be a part of your community. So thank you very much. And we are honored. And Reeves Young, I look forward to working with y'all yet again on another fantastic project. So thank y'all from the bottom of our heart.
We will have closing comments from our city manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton. I'm not certain if the Parks Director is going to say anything. You want him to come first, or? He'll give instructions. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Please welcome Ms. Marcia Hampton, our city manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I will be brief because I know we're trying to beat the rain and we want to make certain that we present some photos so we can make certain that we remember this moment. And Ms. Betty, Councilman Davis did give me that original program, so I have it. We took some pictures of it to make certain that we can commemorate it. And I just want to acknowledge from that day, remarks on that day were from Mayor Charles Camp, Councilman Herbert Goree, Councilman Alson Caldwell, and Eugene Davis. And of course, there was a ribbon cutting with family and city officials, just as we're doing today. I just want to say on behalf of the city staff that there are a lot of things that we get to do that are joyful, that present not only blessings for us, but for the community. But I can tell you that one of the things for myself as city manager, even as a staff person, that has always been an honor and a privilege, and that is when an elected official approaches you and has a dream and an idea that is based upon the community. And Councilman Davis, as long as I've known him, even before elected, has always said and continues to say that this community is his dream and his goal. I mean, we just spoke the other day, and he is always talking about leaving a legacy very similar to what his father has done. So I can tell you on behalf of staff, it is a true privilege to be able to work on a project that will be here, that will continue to provide that legacy from which it started, and so that your name is not placed in vain, and nor is his. And we are able to truly bring a project to the community that is birthed from the community, and that is an honor. And I can guarantee you that through the construction pains, because there will be some, that you all can always reach out and call me. We will do our very best to make certain that it will be painless, but at the end of the day, that you will be able to see a gift, and the community will be blessed with something that will be iconic, not just for Douglasville and the north side, but for the community in this region as a whole. And I truly believe that we're doing that, and we've done it together as a community. And before I leave, I would be remiss without saying, Charles Thomas, raise your hand again. Charles Thomas, everyone knows Charles. Charles is the longest staff person, and I find it a privilege to be able to say He started at the beginning, and he's able to see, and he will be able to work a career where he's seen something grow. And I tell you, it is truly a blessing to be able to see that happen. And it is my honor. If there's anything I can ever do for you, staff, of course, you know Chris Bass is here in Charles, but I'm always here. But I just wanted to let you know what a blessing it is. Chris is going to come up and share with you what we're going to do as far as photographs and a good part, the food. So we can wrap this ceremony up. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. So this does conclude our ceremony. We'd like to thank you for coming out. We will like to take some pictures with the family and friends over at the groundbreaking ceremony section. Led by our Community Relations Director, Mr. Post. So he'll give instructions in terms of pictures, the actual groundbreaking. And food is available at the Alice Hawthorne Center behind us. There's a line in the reception area inside the building, so please stay and join us. That's all we have. Thank you so much for coming out.